Jordyn back in the mix, what was your takeaway just with how he played and also the rest of the receiver room as well?
It was just good just to have him back, man. I know he was itching at the bit to get back out there. I just had to be smart with him as far as, counting his reps. Halftime, how many plays he got? Yeah, like 19. It's like, all right, save him a little bit, maybe in the fourth quarter, play him. So you're always just trying to, and it's hard. I say, listen, I know JT, he's in the game. He doesn't want to come out. He shakes his head. I said, "No, bro, we're not doing that. You got, I gotta help you. You gotta help me help you, not hurt yourself." But I was pleased the way he handled everything. I tried to just bring him in on situational third downs and red zones, and then give him a couple plays on first and second down. And now it's just acclimating. Building up the reps. Out here he took 4 straight plays, starting to get his conditioning back. But anytime JT's out in the field, man, you got a chance to win games. As far as the other wideouts, man, I just love how they just stepped up their play, taking advantage of their opportunities when JT was out. And I think overall as a group, we've evolved. We've gotten better. And ultimately, at the end of the day, that's who we are. That's what we're about. Kenny's always preaching about being the best version of yourself each and every day. And these guys live by that. That is their testament. Every time they come on this practice field, I want them to get better. As an individual, as a person, as well as a football player. And that's pretty much our goal all season long.
Kenny talked about Jordyn's pregame speech, and Jordyn said he took it upon himself to grow as a vocal leader, especially being out, going through adversity yet again, and making it about the team rather than himself. What did you see from that pregame speech, and what does that say about him?
I wasn't out in the locker room. I was out looking at Ralphie, the Buffalo. But, Jordyn's just a leader in his own way. I think he gains some respect, and I think, him by being injured, he's been out here each and every day supporting their guys, and it's actually good to see him coaching. Kind of sounds like me, so I'm rubbing off on him in the right way. But he's been a joy to work with, man. When I got here, you saw the talents, and now it's just honing into the techniques and fundamentals. So, hopefully he can go out there, go out with a bang, have an amazing senior night for the seniors that are on our team and help us win this game. It's going to be a tough one. Arizona's good, and they got some players playing at a high level right now. I just want us to just go out there and to be the best version of ourselves, and if we can do that, we'll have a good chance to win this game.
You were part of the most intense rivalry in football for a number of years, and now that you have one of the Territorial Cup games under your belt, now how does that kind of maybe compare a little bit?
I try not to compare things, but it's a genuine kind of dislike for one another. There's respect factor because a lot of these kids know each other, been recruited by the same teams, and everybody always feels slighted because, oh, you didn't recruit me. So that's where the hatred comes in. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's more bragging rights for those kids. So it's going to be a tough one, but we feel good playing at home. Our home crowd, the crowd at home has been phenomenal, been awesome, and we feed off the energy. The crowd is into it. We have some exciting games in the last 2 years, so I expect the same. It'll be an exciting game. Hopefully we can go out and take care of business and send these seniors out on the right way.
Jordyn said yesterday this is the most at peace he's ever felt in his entire life, and he largely credited that to his faith, his walk with the Lord, and he said you've been one of the guiding factors in that this past season. Have you seen kind of a change in his approach now that he's kind of tapped into his faith a little bit more?
Yeah, it's good. My whole goal is to try to get the man right. If I can get the man right doing all the little things, then everything else should take care of itself. And just, his maturity level, his approach to the game, and now you're starting to see he's just having fun. He's enjoyed being a college student. He's playing at the high level. He's executing, knows all the technique and fundamentals. Now he just wants to do whatever it takes to help this team win ball games. Will he go to the next level and thrive? He's going to have a phenomenal NFL career, but he wants to finish out, on a good note and close this chapter of his life. And he's worked his tail off to get back. He didn't have to play in these games. So that just shows you a testament of who he is, his loyalty to his brothers. He wants to go out, because it all started back in January. When he went down with the injury, broken collarbone, that was his fuel to the fire. And now he's coming to the end. He wants to go out and finish on a good note. And hopefully, like I said, we can win this game and we can close the chapter and just watch him do his thing at the next level.
Arizona's defense is playing at an extremely high level, especially the pass defense, the second in the country in opponent passer rating. What kind of jumps out about what makes them so effective?
They're creating turnovers, and that's something I think we weren't very good at in the last game. So, ball security, taking care of the football. Anytime you can take care of the football, it gives you an opportunity to win ball games. We got to do a better job than we did last week, because this team has got some firepower on offense. So we can't give them the short field or lose a possession because we turn the football over. Like I said, we take care of business on that end. We should have a chance to at least be in the game and put ourselves in position to try to win this game.
Jordyn talked about how with faith, specifically in the wide receiver room, but the entire team is something that they talk about every single day.
Yeah.
Bible study, him getting baptized along with Derek. Said Jalen Moss has gotten involved as well. How have you seen that trickle down?
I mean, when the head dog is doing that, everybody wants to follow suit. They want to do whatever JT does, and I think it's infectious. He's probably not the most vocal guy, so when he talks, everyone listens. I think he's kind of leads by example. The way he lives his life, the way he goes about his business each and every day. As a young player like Corey Butler and Harry Hassman and all the guys, you look at that and be like, okay, I want to follow suit. I want to do what he does. So I think he's just a great role model for all of our entire room. This is how you go about doing it. This is the approach that you do. So it's a great learning lesson for our young guys. To truly get to where you want to go, you have to take the necessary steps, and you have to understand there's a process. JT didn't start off this way, I can tell you that. But just to see where he was then and who he is now, man, as a coach, that's all you really ask for. Just to see the development, and that's the key. The key word is development, and that's what I pride myself on, and making these guys a better person, a better player than who they were when they first get here. By the time they end, I want to see growth. I want to see progress in those guys.
Semifinalists once again for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. What are your thoughts on kind of the path to Canton?
Listen, my mom always told me only worry about the things you can control. Right now, my feet are here at ASU. My mind's on these wideouts. Hopefully, we can continue to go out on a high note and take this win with Arizona. But, of course, it's always a blessing being, considered for the Hall of Fame and semifinals. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's out of my control. It's not like I can strap it back up and get some more extra catches. It is what it is. And people are going to always have that debate, which is, fun, listening to it, But ultimately, at the end of the day, I've gotten everything I wanted out of football. I made decent money, had opportunity to win Super Bowls, MVP, Pro Bowls. I can't ask for anything more than that. I think any player, whatever, when I have a checklist, I think I've checked them all off. So Hall of Fame, if it ever happens, God's willing, whatever, that's like the cherry on top. But at the end of the day, I still got a pretty good Sunday. Good?
Yep.